Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. This video of all videos, at least on the Xbox side, is probably one of the craziest ones we're going to have a chance to go and see because, well, there might be some the occasional doom and gloom of the end of Xbox or the Xbox they gave up on Xbox or whatever kind of somewhat egregious and a little bit kind of clickbaity titles might go and be, but so far everything's kind of been seeming right. Now, obviously, if you guys know me or are regulars on my channel, if you guys ever see a little extra clickbait stuff, don't mind me, just how it is. I try to be a pretty, hopefully, objective and neutral when it comes to the news I go and cover. And this is actually hard to go be neutral on because this is crazy news to go cover, where right now we've had both Phil Spencer make huge comments basically saying like he's giving up on Xbox itself. He's not trying to go and gain market share. He's not trying to take people away from, say, Nintendo, PC, mobile, or whatever at this point. And he's just like, who cares? Like, who cares? I'm just divvying out everything I can to these other platforms. But as well, we also even had throughout these past few hours, the former Microsoft VP Mike Ybarra basically saying that they should be suggesting these big deals and collabing them even more and basically just integrating the entire Xbox platform into PlayStation, such as adding things like your friends list, adding even potentially games being ported on over. And as all this news is coming out, whether it's from like actual opinions or from Phil Spencer themselves, people are just kind of like, what the heck is going on? Now, we kind of knew that Xbox was trying to make this publisher route, and they buy things, they bought out these Bethesdas and they bought out the Activisions. We've talked about this so much on the channel, it's like beating a dead horse. But yeah, they basically are trying to go and become more of a publisher and just make as much money, and all these PlayStation titles that are now upcoming from Xbox are meant to go and drive those costs, and also try to use that for Game Pass. You can go play the game earlier and cheaper for a year on Game Pass. First, you could go spend $70 on PlayStation. We kind of get the big picture, and it might work out, might not. That's the fun, because we've never really seen streaming services kind of take hold. We've also never really seen streaming services in the video game sphere. I mean, we've seen things like GameFly, but that's physical, slightly different, or whatever it might be. I mean, you also have U Plus, but I mean, it's there, don't get me wrong, sure, but it's just not as this big, huge, our main defining factor. Something like Ubisoft, they probably make a lot more money from selling things like Assassin's Creed or, Rainbow Six, which actually was a brand new Rainbow Six X, I believe that was announced as of today. Giving you guys in the loop for that one, which is kind of just like a revamp of making the engines and everything a little bit better. So a little segue. But overall, let's go talk about this Xbox side, because PlayStation's kind of getting a lot of stuff for free. Xbox, people don't know what's going on. Phil Spencer is basically giving up. And well, I think it's good for consumers. Maybe 5 years from now, well, I'll love it. But if you're a current Xbox user, I'd probably be a little bit salty. And I've been saying that on my channel, not to drive, Xbox console wars or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of weird. So let's go talk about it. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the second YouTube account. We'll be very active on that very soon. So definitely go subscribe right now. We have the 2 Twitter accounts too. All this is gonna be rolling really, really soon. Give me another week or so. We're gonna be, you guys will hopefully be impressed. And let's go dive on in. So there is a lot. First and foremost, there's just been big articles kind of going everywhere where the Xbox sales have hit rock bottom after historic 2024 decline. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit more extensively and kind of intertwine it with the video, but also these executives are talking, where Xbox faces major challenges as its console sales hit record lows of 2024, and it's not looking any better for 2025. The gaming giant sold an estimated 2.7 million units in the US market during 2024, making its worst full year performance in Xbox history. The numbers in Europe are staggeringly worse, with an estimated around 300,000 units sold over the year. When you add up the two, you just get under around 3 million in total units sold, which paints a very worrying picture for Microsoft's hardware gaming division. Now, in comparison, I believe PlayStation was, if I'm correct, was around 14 to 15 million. Now, obviously, the PlayStation's gone down a little bit, Switch has gone down a little bit, and we're kind of waiting to go and see what pops up next. We're in for the Switch 2, but I think the PlayStation hit around 75 million. We may go cover that in a separate video throughout this week because it's just interesting news. But either way, Xbox is falling and falling hard, but this also is kind of driving the morale right now too, because we're seeing this. Look at this. So here's Phil Spencer. I'm not trying to move PlayStation or Nintendo fans over to Xbox anymore. The 70% that we make on games on other platforms is helpful to us being able to build great portfolios. Crazy. This is basically him trying to go and say as of right this second, bro, we don't care about the Xbox hardware. We're giving up, but we want to still sell things on PlayStation, sell things on Nintendo, because, well, duh, put them on Steam. Well, once again, we are not, this is from him himself. I'm not trying to move them all over to Xbox anymore. They're done. Like, it's not the most dramatic thing. Xbox will still exist. It switched to Microsoft Gaming forever ago, like 2 years ago or so. But as of right this second, dude, like it's just gonzo. And we're also seeing other various things too as well over here for what I'm quoting. Say on the former Microsoft VP, Mike Yabar, who I've mentioned on my channel before as well. He's pretty well known in the, I guess, gaming sphere. Suggests that Xbox should be cutting a deal with PlayStation and Nintendo to just transfer the Xbox friends list and Xbox game libraries over to the PlayStation and Switch. That is ridiculous, dude. That is ridiculous. Like, obviously, this is like a rumor, kind of a suggestion, but with how Xbox has been going, if you would have said this 3 years ago, that we're going to get all these exclusive games and stuff coming over to PlayStation, the big thing is without PlayStation kind of giving them anything back. So far, we haven't seen much. Like, we saw MLB The Show, maybe, but that was a Game Pass paid deal. We haven't seen Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon, like Ratchet & Clank, any of these crazy exclusives, even an old school Uncharted, or even Last of Us, that kind of hits more of the mainstream narrative. We haven't seen this at all. It's just all Xbox basically giving up everything for free. And I think they can almost feel like they forgot that they have such a big margin. I mean, maybe they just truly don't want to deal with the headaches of hardware because we had the COVID issues, supply chain issues, people complaining, like it's a lot of development costs, mass production costs. And if you just go make it purely on video games, it is and does make things a lot easier. But this is like just kind of seem like them giving up over here. So yeah, dude, like even some of the comments over here saying, is Xbox just gone? Xbox is closing up the shop, transferring game libraries, the end of an era. Whoever comes out last turns off the lights. It's over. I guess we found the wrap. Friendsless and crossplay, yes. As for games, he can STFU, but they're still making another Xbox, which we have also been hearing a lot of rumors to as well. That's a big deal, dude. That's a big deal too as well. So this is still just a rumor too, but they're basically saying like, hey, why not just integrate everything as we possibly can? There are all other comments too as well. And while publishers can make a lot of money, if you're making Call of Duty and you're getting good microtransactions and you're having all these other bigger games out there, Candy Crush, just mobile games, Microsoft will be fine. Like, they really will. And you sometimes get the occasional Game Pass game and you have all your Xbox game sales, like the Fables and, maybe even Blade. That was a big game as well for Xbox in the limbo. But right now, it just kind of seems like the morale for the console is just an all-time low, to the point where this kind of shows that no one really wants to be buying the consoles. Because even up on Reddit too as well, their first comment is them almost mocking the marketing campaign, saying, you're an Xbox. And the Xbox market is divided between PC people, and I agree, because you could get Game Pass on PC, and Xbox people. Switch and PlayStation have their own exclusives and markets, and I do kind of agree. And look at this. I sold my Xbox Series X for a PC for the flexibility. I will never be going back now. Crazy. Like, these people have literally given up on Xbox. And this is the point where my title could be something insanely, I don't even want to call it clickbaity because it's just reality, where people are just giving up. Phil Spencer literally gave up. He's like, we don't want to get more market share. He's giving up. Crazy. We're having old VPs being like, yeah, just throw everything on, give them the friends list too. Why don't you at this point? Which is also crazy. Why not just give us achievements too as well? Because why not? It's going to be on PlayStation regardless. Like, does anyone else kind of think this is like crazy news? This is literally just the end of Xbox. I mean, I knew it was coming. Like, we've been covering this news a lot. You can even look at probably my last like 3 or 4 Xbox videos. They all are negative, and I don't really like that. It's like doom and gloom clickbait, but it is just the reality. Like, a 2 million versus 15 million sales, they're still making money, and they're still growing, and they're still Xbox loyalists, don't get me wrong, but like, it's 75 million PlayStation consoles. Like, this console generation is a dud. There are so many big issues, like the Xbox Series S. It's already kind of outdated at this point. Kind of sucks. Games being also forced to be made on the outdated console delays it for the normal users. Also sucks. At the same time, they spent like $80 billion between Bethesda and also Activision. And yeah, they're going to probably make money over time with it, but that also was a huge integration, and they kind of had to completely shift up their game category. But Xbox always kind of was the like underdog. There's been a few times they've done better, but maybe this is for the best. Like, I mean, for me as a PlayStation guy, this is a nice life. Like, I could get all these cool Xbox games without ever buying an Xbox. But I've also always been a PC guy the entire time, too. So I could have always had a day one Game Pass regardless, and I probably could have been fine at the end of the day on just my PC run, because I've kind of already been doing that. But I just don't believe that Xbox gave up all this stuff without having this leverage. They just kind of gave out. Like, look at this. I can't remember the last time Xbox released a must-have. Not a single one of this whole generation. They have no one to blame but themselves. The 360 was the last good gen. Why would I buy an Xbox when I am an Xbox? maybe you could buy the actual console. Series X is actually out of stock, which I didn't even know about, too, to be fully honest, but apparently for $700. That is crazy, too. Look at this. We need more console wars because basically PlayStation is the pro and they're fine. Some people are saying they're satisfied, which is nice. Quick resume is good. I'm happy to see something positive because there's been a lot of negativity on it. But yeah, it just looks really, 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 really low. Now, they're kind of saying like, hey, it's like far below or is rock bottom. But I'll be honest with you guys, in terms of the future, I could still maybe see maybe one, maybe two more Xboxes. And at that point, we're all fully on PC. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on all this because it's kind of crazy to go and see in the first place. I hope Xbox can go swing out well. I still like the publishing side. I will probably still have Game Pass on PC. I want to hear your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Like I said, subscribe here. Check out the second YouTube account. Going to be active there very soon. The 2 Twitters and the Twitch down below. And I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on everything down below.